Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray edition of Snatch. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365. Okay, Snatch is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray released by Sony Pictures. It comes in a slipcover as well as a steelbook, which is not exclusive to Best Buy, so both you can pick up at your online and local retailers. Now, as far as the movie itself, Snatch is easily my favorite Guy Ritchie film, even today. I'm a big fan of the director's library. I think, honestly, he's got such a great visual style, and this movie reflects that very well. It's got everything, a fantastic cast, the story, the soundtrack, just everything works here. And while I appreciate the director's other films, of course, with his recent release of Wrath of Man, which I still have to check out, this one still is my favorite. I think it just really works for me, and it is honestly very, very enjoyable just experience. I highly recommend it if you've never seen it, which I can't imagine you haven't. Snatch is just fantastic. It's just a movie that holds up even today, and I'm very happy to have it on 4K. Okay, we're going to talk about the picture quality and audio in just a moment, but first, let's do a quick unboxing. Okay, we have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray slipcover edition of Snatch. I know some recent Sony catalog titles have not included slipcovers, but this one does, so just keep that in mind. And then we have the back, and then the spine, interior, and just really basic, nothing special there. So, okay, I do enjoy the cover art. Now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. Snatch on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 185:1 aspect ratio with native 4K resolution and HDR10 for the grading. For the general look of the film on 4K, grain is rendered appropriately. It looks good. I didn't find it to be too heavy. And the overall film itself has a nice clarity here with the new 4K scan. I think it looks fantastic and an overall very good experience. As for the HDR grading, if you've seen the movie, you know this is not inherently a colorful film. It does have a little bit on the duller side when it comes to the overall color palette, but when there is bits of color, let's say a shirt or something when you're at Turkish's arcade, you get a little visual pop there. But for the most part, they're rendered very natural, and for the style of the Guy Ritchie film, it works here on the 4K with HDR. The 4K resolution does a great job with the increase in detail. During those bare-knuckled fighting matches, you get a lot more skin texture. Of course, sweat, bruises, cuts, tattoos, they're all rendered very well, and just clothing and general aesthetics also benefit here nicely. Black levels are represented very well with the 4K HDR. There was no elevation to speak of throughout the film, in fact quite the opposite. There was a scene where Bricktop's goons are walking through a hallway or something. It got so deep and inky, I thought the TV turned off, but it looked natural, and I really appreciated the layer of depth there. Also, shadow detail in general looks good. That scene where Mickey's standing at the caravan, that's on fire. You get a good amount of flickering with the light source, and it looks appropriate. Overall, black levels are really top-notch. Snatch on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a Dolby Atmos audio presentation. This is a very nice upgrade over the previous track on the Blu-ray. It has a good energy to it, the surround sound field is very active, and overall it's a great listening experience. Dialogue is rendered through the center channel clean and clear, no issues to report, and no, you still can't understand what the pikeys are saying. In the front speakers, they handle a lot of the action on screen and they complement the center channel very well. The mid-level and rear speakers, there's a lot of activity back there. Ambience and atmosphere, musical cues, occasional voices, it's all rendered properly and it sounds great. And the height speakers, there's a lot of activity up there as well. The fight scenes in particular fare better. And the LFE channel's a little bit on the subtle side. It's not overly aggressive, but whenever there is a car crash or a gunshot, a punch being thrown, you definitely feel a little bit of a reverberation, but for the most part, it's a little bit reserved. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Snatch on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an A-. By nature, the film is a little bit on the darker side visually, but the HDR10 really brings out a lot of the highlights. Black levels and shadow detail are perfect, and just general textures look fantastic. Color is a little bit on the subtle side, but the overall cinematic experience here is great on 4K. For the audio presentation, I'm going to give this one an A- as well. The Dolby Atmos is a nice upgrade over the standard Blu-ray. It has a fantastic surround sound field. It lacks a little bit of overall punchiness, but still it's a great listening experience on 4K. So that is my review of Snatch on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in picking this up for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link in the comments section. If you use it, it really helps out the channel. But if you have the 4K disc already, I want to hear your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.